Hey guys, welcome to Film Learnin, the show dedicated to learning you some filmmaking and learning you good. With the new Star Wars movies on the way, I thought I'd dedicate this month to showing you some Star Wars style effects. Can you guess what effect we're going to be starting with? That's right, Jar Jar Binks. Or we could just do holograms. Yeah, let's do that. The hologram effect isn't very complicated to pull off, but it does require a few more steps than our last effects. So let's do this thing. For this effect we need two things, an actor on a green screen and a scene shot for said actor. We'll be syncing these two up using my no-fail split screen editing method, which you can find here. We've already keyed out our actor and let's put him on top of the scene. Next, we'll pre-compose that footage into a new comp. From there, we head to presets and type TV. Find the bad TV old preset and drop it on our green screen footage. This adds that hologram-like filter, but it has a few things we don't need. Firstly, delete the wave warp and box blur. Next, we want to play around with the color balance and noise. Find a level on each you like depending on your footage. For those of you following along, my numbers are lightness 9 and saturation -50, and my noise level is set at 15% and our Venetian pattern is set at 15% completion with a width of 10 and a feather of 6. That gives you that banding you see across the hologram. From there, we'll add a glow and change the base color from a white to a light blue, and change the glow based on setting to alpha channel. Set the glow colors to A and B colors and tweak the radius, intensity and threshold until we achieve a look we want. Once again, for those playing around with me, my settings are threshold 67.5, radius 146 and intensity of 0.9. Next, we'll add a tint. Grab the eyedropper and pick the blue in our glow as our source color. I'm turning my tint down to 33%, but play around and find out what works for you. Lastly, we'll add an adjustment layer and head back over to presets where our TV presets are still there. We'll grab bad TV weak and drop that on the adjustment layer. What? That looks like crap. But wait, click the adjustment layer on the timeline and hit T on the keyboard. The opacity settings come down and we'll hit that stopwatch and turn the opacity to 0. Then find a random part of the clip and add a keyframe. Skip forward one frame, add another keyframe, skip forward another frame and add another. Go back to that middle keyframe and crank the opacity up to 100%. We then select those frames by highlighting them and throw them in the clip once or twice more. You now have some really cool looking interference effects. Although it's completely optional, you can also animate the glow intensity. Just select your footage, hit E on the keyboard and then drop down the glow effects. Hit the stopwatch on glow intensity and do the same sort of animation that we did on the interference earlier. Add a keyframe, skip forward one or two frames, add another keyframe, and then just play with the intensity a little bit. That way you'll get a little bit of a flicker as well in your glow. And same with the interference, copy those frames and paste them throughout the footage. Okay, last step I promise. We're going to go back to our original comp and turn down the opacity settings on our hologram layer. Just fiddle around a little bit and find out what works for you. Mine looked good around about the 80 to 75 mark. The final result looks like this. Come to the dark side, Grant, and we'll watch Simon Says. Never. That movie's terrible. Not bad, eh? Once again, a cool effect done and not that crazy complicated, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed that because we've got a lot more effects coming your way in Star Wars month. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share. If you want to see a specific effect, hit me up on my Twitter or leave a comment below. And as always, keep learning.